Did you know that there is a very simple way of moving and being that is so basic it can actually make a woman feel a deep, warm glow of connection in just a few heartbeats? The most wonderful part about this is that you do not need to look like a famous movie star to make it happen. You do not need to have a huge amount of money in your bank account, and you certainly do not need to use any tricky lines or silly games to get her attention. This is something much deeper and much more honest. It is a way of being that many men simply do not realize they can use, and yet it is one of the most powerful ways to show who you really are. Today, I am going to explain exactly what this special way of acting is. We will look at why it works so well by understanding how our hearts and our bodies react to it. I will show you how to notice when she is feeling that special connection. And most importantly, I will help you learn how to do it in a way that feels natural and true to you, rather than something you are just practicing for a performance. Before we get into the details, if you find this kind of help useful for your own life, we are so happy to have you as part of our group of caring experts. We love helping people grow and find more happiness in their friendships and relationships. I have a little question for you to answer in the space below. Where in the wide world are you listening to this from today? It is always so nice to see where all our friends are located. Also, I would love to know if you truly believe that a single way of moving or looking can really start such a strong feeling in another person. Your thoughts really help us build this kind of friendly community where we all learn together. Now, let us talk about a very common mistake that many men make. Most men, when they want to make a connection with a woman, feel like they have to work very hard to impress her. They think they have to say the smartest things, talk about all the great things they have done, tell the funniest jokes, or show off how important they are. But the truth is very different from what we are often told. A woman's body actually reacts to you long before her mind even has a chance to think about it. We are talking about tiny moments that happen in the blink of an eye. For thousands and thousands of years, our bodies have been learning how to sense if someone is safe and if they have good intentions. It is like an inner radar that we all have. This is why a woman might meet someone and, within just a few seconds, feel a very clear sense of trust. She might say to herself, "I feel safe with him," or "There is something special about this person." On the other hand, she might feel the opposite and want to walk away. She may not always be able to explain why she feels that way with logic, but her body knows. This isn't some kind of magic trick. It is just the way we are built as humans. This is exactly where the special gesture I want to talk about today fits in. When a woman senses that a man is being real and that he is providing a sense of safety, her natural walls start to come down. I like to call this an emotional opening. It is a beautiful moment where her heart feels free to connect. The most powerful part is that her body will show this happening even if she isn't trying to. She cannot really hide it because it is a natural physical reaction. This special way of being is actually a mix of three key things. When you put them together just right, they create a huge impact. The first part is moving in a slow and thoughtful way. Now, I do not mean you should move like a turtle or act like you are in a slow motion movie. What I mean is that you should move with a sense of purpose, but without any rushing. When you take your time, you are giving her inner alarm system a chance to see that you are not a threat. It gives her a moment to get used to your energy and feel comfortable having you near. On a deep level, this tells her that you are a man who is in control of himself. A man who does not rush in a romantic moment is showing that he has self-control and that he respects her feelings. The second part is having a look in your eyes that is firm but very soft. This is a very delicate thing to get right, but it is so important. It should not be a scary or intense stare, like a hunter looking at its prey. It should also not be a shy look where you keep turning your eyes away because you are nervous. Instead, it is a look that says, "I am right here with you in this moment, and I am happy just being here." The big difference between a look that feels wonderful and one that feels uncomfortable is why you are doing it. If you are looking at her because you want her to tell you that you are doing a good job or because you want something from her, she will feel that pressure and she might close off. But if you are looking at her just to share the moment and to truly be there with her, the way she responds will be completely different. The third part is being comfortable with silence. This is the part where most men have the hardest time. As soon as there is a moment where no one is talking, many men start to feel very nervous. They think they have to keep talking to keep things interesting. But being okay with a quiet moment is actually very magnetic. It is not a cold or awkward silence. It is a silence that is full of your confidence and your kindness. You are saying without using any words at all that you do not need to fill the space with noise because you are comfortable with yourself and you are comfortable with her. Why is this mix of three things so helpful? It all comes down to how our bodies work. When you move slowly, it helps her feel calm. It tells the part of her brain that handles safety that everything is okay. If you move too fast, it might make her feel like she needs to be on guard. Looking with kindness helps her body release a special chemical called oxytocin. This is often called the chemical of love or trust because it helps people feel close to each other. And being okay with the silence gives her the space to actually feel what is happening in her heart without being interrupted by a lot of talking. Her inner mind starts to think that this man is safe and grown up. She feels like she can finally let her guard down. You can see when this is working by looking for clear signs. These are things that are very hard for anyone to fake. You might see a tiny, sweet smile that shows up on her face for no reason at all. It is not the kind of polite smile people use when they are just being nice. It is a smile that comes from feeling good inside. She might look back into your eyes for a longer time than she usually would, and her eyes will look soft and welcoming. She might also touch her hair or her neck without even realizing she is doing it. This is a way people sometimes calm their happy nerves when they feel attracted to someone. She might move her body a little closer to yours or turn toward you more. Her voice might even get a little softer and warmer as she speaks. These are all real signs that her body is feeling that wonderful connection. To do this in a way that feels real, you must remember not to act like you are performing. If you do it just because you think it is a trick to get her to like you, it will lose all its power. People are very good at sensing when someone is not being honest. So, how do you make it real? You start by just being truly there in the moment. Don't do it to get something back. Do it because you are honestly enjoying being with her. Move in a way that feels relaxed, like how you feel when you are at home and everything is fine. Look at her with kindness because you think she is a wonderful person, not because you are waiting for her to say something back. And most of all, learn to be okay with the quiet pauses. The more you can just be yourself in those quiet moments, the more special the connection becomes. In the end, this isn't about using a trick. It is about being a man who is happy with who he is and who can offer a sense of safety and kindness to others. When you learn how to be present like this, it changes more than just how you talk to women. It changes how you see the whole world. So next time you are with someone you care about, remember it is not about winning. It is about creating a safe place where she can be herself. If you want to keep learning with us, please share your thoughts below and say, I am learning to be real. We would love to know which of these three things is the most difficult for you to try. We are building a group of men who want to be better by being authentic, and we are so glad you are here with us.